You know, Davey, I really like the way that body kit looks. You did a great job.
Well, thanks, yeah. And you know, it looks so good. I backed it out in the sun. Boy, it really glistens. Nice job. You know, and it was easy to do. It didn't take all the tools like you had to use.
Well, that suspension kit was a lot of work. Hey, welcome back. All right, now, it's 5.7 liter Hemi. This guy's already put a programmer in it, and it really makes this thing pop.
You know, I drove this thing over here. It scats.
Yeah, it does scat. Now we got a great suspension system on it so the car will handle. He can go into exit ramps and really make this thing drive good. Next thing he wanted to do is put a cold air box on it, and that's what we got right here.
And a cold air box is really great because it brings cold, induced air right into the manifold. Going to lower the temperature, so it's going to give you a better charge, easy to go on. Take the old one out, and we pop this one in. It's from Volant. Real easy to install.
Now, you get an air filter with it. You know, these air filters are reusable. When they get dirty, you wash them out, re-oil them, put it on. You get a lot of miles out of those. And, of course, you get nice silicone Nomex hoses on it. These are really nice hoses. And you get an intake scoop. And this scoop's going to go down inside the body, and it's going to actually pull air from the front of the car. So you get good cold air, you get kind of a ram air effect. That cold air is going to give you better cylinder filling, keep your combustion chamber temperature down. So a good cold air box can add a lot to any car. First thing we need to do is pull out this old thing. And by the way, you got wires for your mass airflow sensor, or your intake air temperature sensor rather, PCV lines. Make sure that you watch where everything is and don't break anything off.
Now the last part of putting our cold air box in is hooking up the intake hose to the intake. That's all I had to do. Put the silicone hose in place, slide it in, lock the clamps down. Of course, when we're doing this, you know, we had to transfer some parts from the other assembly, and that one thing is the intake air temp sensor. And it's kind of a sophisticated little device. It goes back to the computer. You want to make sure you don't damage it. This is what it looks like here. This little end right up here on the top is what senses the airflow, tells the computer what the temperature is of the air coming in. Now, it has to slip through a barb fitting, and when you go to put it in, take and put a little silicone on it so it'll slip right in. It'll make it a whole lot easier for you if you do that. And then once you have it in place, we have a connector that has to hook up to it. And this connector is keyed, and it also has a lock on it. Looks just like this right here. If you're going to take it off, make sure you slide the lock back to pull it out and then put it back in and put it in place. You know, every manufacturer is going to be a little different, but don't break these sensors or these connectors because you're in a serious hurt then.
That's right, and they're all different like Dave said, so look at them real close and make sure you know how they unlock. Don't just take the plastic and try to pull it because they'll break, especially when they get some age on them, they get real brittle. And of course that's part of the computer harness and you'll be in real trouble. I've got the PCV hose. You get a little adjustment, a little adapter, plug into the PCV hose, and of course we'll have a grommet that goes here. Got some hardware, got a bracket right here. Don't bolt this bracket up until you get the hoses hooked to the inlet. That way you can reposition this box, and then it'll line up fine. All right, we got this all bolted up. I'll finish this bracket here. We'll take our fender covers off, put it outside, make sure our ride head is good, clean the fingerprints off it for the guy, and you know something? It'll look nice to see this car and the black car side by side.
That will.
We're going to take a quick break. Stick around. When we come back, we'll see you in the parts room.